Cause I cook late at night. I said, man, I always have a dish.
It's late at night. I can't wash dishes because it's late at night. What kind of stupid
Nigga, I didn't say that.
Y'all shot me over the fact that I left over some food, and I was just going out to Burger King to get myself something to eat and come back home. That's insane. I can't believe it.
This is Akil Searcy, a 27-year-old aspiring music producer who would be shot in the throat by his father's boyfriend and left paralyzed from the neck down over a mundane argument on dirty dishes. But before we uncover the shocking details of what really happened that night, let me take you back to where this tragedy truly began. The evening started like any other, in the Albany home that Akil shared with his father Desmond and Desmond's boyfriend, Shelton Johnson. Akil, who had relocated from his birthplace of Muncie, Indiana, to Georgia to pursue his dreams in music production, was building an independent life while contributing to the household. He held down a job, worked on his craft, and by all accounts was described as talented, hardworking, and a fighter. The house, equipped with Ring doorbell cameras, captured the entire argument over leftovers from a meal, possibly Burger King, that Akil allegedly didn't clean up, compounded by complaints about a dirty room. According to accounts pieced together from police reports and family statements, the verbal disagreement involved all three people in the home: Akil, his father Desmond, and Shelton Johnson. What happened next is where the accounts become crucial to understanding this tragedy. Words turned into shouting, which turned into a physical confrontation. And that physical confrontation would end with a bullet lodged in Akil's throat, fragments embedded in his spine, damage to his aortic valve, and paralysis from the neck down. These fragments embedded in his spine were so dangerously positioned that doctors determined removing them would be too risky, meaning Akil would carry pieces of that violent night inside his body for the rest of his life.
Say hi, Mom.
I'm tired.
Can you say hi, Mom?
Oh,
yeah.
You said you fighting, baby?
Yeah. I'm fighting a lot of times, yeah.
We're very proud of you, Akil.
Okay, go back to sleep. Okay.
We're very proud of you.
According to police reports and family accounts, Akil was completely unarmed during this confrontation. He had no weapon, no means of defending himself against what was about to happen. Shelton Johnson admitted to firing the shot, but his justification was self-defense. He claimed he was protecting Desmond, Akil's own father, from his son. But that's not even the most shocking part of this story. When police arrived at the scene, Desmond Searcy initially told authorities that Akil had shot himself. Meanwhile, Ring doorbell camera footage captured Shelton holding a gun, though the footage reportedly doesn't show the exact moment of the shooting or definitively clarify what happened in those critical seconds when the trigger was pulled. Emergency responders rushed Akil to the hospital, where doctors faced the grim reality of his injuries. The bullet had struck him in the throat, or back of the neck, causing immediate and catastrophic trauma, leaving him completely paralyzed from the neck down.
Like, how the fuck can y'all just be carefree and y'all took away my life? For real, y'all really took away my whole life. And this is like not fair to me because there's some food that I left out. Some food that I left out.
The Dougherty County Police Department arrested Shelton Johnson, charging him in connection with the shooting. But here's what makes this case even more infuriating for Akil's family. Desmond Searcy, who gave conflicting statements and whose initial claim that his son shot himself directly contradicted his boyfriend's confession, was never detained.
All I wanted was me a doggone taco, a burrito. That's all I wanted was a burrito. I had to go to 4 different Mexican restaurants in this city. First I went to Chipotle. They have no lettuce, no cheese, no tomato, no corn. Everything you need on a burrito. Go to Moe's, they closed up, talking about we close at 9:30 and y'all done cleared y'all's whole bar off. What's that? It's not mine. Oh well, shoot. I don't even know. I don't even know what my number is. Then we went over to Sucheros, and they was closing. Now I'm at Joe's Taco Truck, which is where I'm at right now. I'm at Joe's Taco Truck, which is where I'm at right now. And I guess I'll be able to get me a burrito, but this is just ridiculous. All I wanted was a burrito. Just a burrito. That's it. A burrito. I had to go to 4 restaurants over a burrito. Miss me with that. A burrito, y'all. That's it.
While Akil fought for his life in a hospital bed, unable to move anything below his neck, breathe on his own, and facing medical bills that would soon exceed $150,000, Shelton Johnson would do something that left the family absolutely devastated. He posted bond and was released. According to family members, after shooting Akil and leaving him paralyzed, after being arrested and charged, Shelton returned to living with Desmond in the same house where the shooting occurred. But this story doesn't begin on June 21st, 2025. To truly understand how a dispute over leftovers could end with a young man paralyzed and his father's boyfriend walking free, we need to go back years earlier, to a family dynamic that Akil's mother describes as years of torture and manipulation that she says ultimately led to this tragic moment. Akil Searcy grew up in a fractured household, the product of a marriage between Sharita Carthan, also spelled Sharita Corinne in various transcripts, and Desmond Searcy. Akil and Aaliyah had a sister, and together they navigated childhood in a home that, according to their mother's accounts, was marked by control, abuse, and fear. When Akil and Aaliyah were still young, their parents divorced. But this wasn't a simple separation of two people who had grown apart. According to Sharita's detailed statements over the years, this was the end of a marriage she describes as characterized by violence and manipulation. She has publicly alleged that during their time together, she endured physical beatings, had her car repossessed as a form of punishment and control, and was subjected to financial manipulation designed to keep her dependent and powerless. But perhaps the most painful part of the divorce wasn't the end of the marriage itself. It was what came after. In the custody battle that followed, Desmond Searcy was awarded primary custody of both children under Ohio's consistency of care laws, which prioritized stability and continuity in a child's living situation. Despite Sharita's allegations of abuse during the marriage, despite her claims of violence and control, the legal system determined that the children would be better served remaining in Desmond's care. This must have felt like the ultimate betrayal by a system that was supposed to protect vulnerable family members. And Desmond's parenting style quickly became a matter of public record in a way that few could have anticipated. In 2018, a video went viral showing Desmond forcing his daughter Aaliyah to walk miles to school as punishment for bullying.
The footage showed a young girl trudging along the roadside while her father followed slowly in his car, documenting the entire ordeal.
This lovely lady is my 10-year-old daughter, who has, for the second time this school year, been kicked off the school bus due to bullying another student. Let me make this extremely clear. Bullying is unacceptable, especially in my household. Friday, when my daughter brought home her paperwork for her bus suspension, she said, "Daddy, you're gonna have to take me to school next week." As you see this morning, she is learning otherwise. A lot of children today feel that the things their parents do for them is a right and not a privilege. So today, my beautiful daughter is going to walk 5 miles to school in 36-degree weather. I know a lot of you parents are not going to agree with this, but that is all right, because I'm doing what I feel is right to teach my daughter a lesson and to stop her from bullying.
The video sparked intense debate online, with some praising Desmond for his tough love approach to discipline, while others questioned whether this type of public humiliation constituted appropriate parenting or crossed the line into something more harmful. Fast forward to the early 2020s, and Desmond Searcy began a relationship with Shelton Johnson. By this time, Akil was a young adult, and he and his sister were introduced to their father's new partner. According to initial reports and family accounts, Both Akil and Aaliyah seemed to accept Shelton, viewing him as a positive addition to the household dynamic. Whatever reservations they might have had about their father's relationship, they appeared to make peace with the new family structure. The family eventually relocated from Indiana to Albany, Georgia, a city in Dougherty County better known for its agricultural economy and civil rights history than for domestic violence cases that would capture national attention. Akil, now an adult trying to build his own future, moved with them. Sharita has alleged that the environment Akil lived in was far from healthy. Those specific details of what occurred in the years leading up to the shooting remain largely shared through her perspective, rather than documented in official reports. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, as Akil lay in a hospital bed, facing the reality that he would never walk again, use his hands again, or live independently again, the medical bills began mounting almost immediately. Intensive care, multiple surgeries, specialists to address the damage to his aortic valve, procedures to stabilize the bullet fragments in his spine, fragments that doctors determined were too dangerous to remove, meaning Akil would carry pieces of that violent night inside his body for the rest of his life. Within weeks, the costs had exceeded $150,000, and medical professionals made it clear that this was just the beginning. Akil would require long-term rehabilitation, adaptive equipment, home modifications, round-the-clock care, and ongoing medical intervention for complications that would inevitably arise. And complications did arise.
But I didn't have no money. I was really making money and everything. The folks that shot me took away my ability to enjoy. And y'all doing everything. And I'm trying to live my life. But how can you restrict somebody's breath from to somebody that can help? You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. I should not be silent. I'm like this right now. Y'all don't care. Y'all can't hire for y'all want. Imagine y'all getting shot. And y'all done can't eat. That's insane. I deserve it.
Akil battled pneumonia, a common but dangerous complication for individuals with spinal cord injuries who struggle with respiratory function. He underwent throat surgery. The medical team initially estimated that long-term care could easily exceed the $1 million mark that's typical for spinal cord injury cases in America, an amount that would have been impossible for any working-class family to absorb. Akil's mother, Sharita, took to social media to share the brutal facts of their situation. On June 27, 2025, just days after the shooting, she posted a detailed Facebook update titled "Just the Facts" that outlined what had happened, called for support, and linked to a GoFundMe campaign that she hoped would help cover the astronomical costs they were facing. 50% of their $250,000 goal was designated for post-rehabilitation housing and adaptive living arrangements, things like wheelchair-accessible showers, widened doorways, ramps, specialized beds. 20% for family expenses like travel costs for Sharita and Aaliyah going back and forth to the hospital, sometimes across state lines. Food, temporary housing near the medical facility, because you can't always make the drive home and back every single day. Another 20% was allocated for medical copays and unforeseen expenses that inevitably arise with catastrophic injuries. The remaining 10% for miscellaneous costs, including the legal fees they knew would be necessary to pursue justice. But here's the harsh reality of grassroots fundraising for medical catastrophes in America. As of the most recent updates, the campaign has raised approximately $10,345. That's roughly 4% of their goal. 4%. Aaliyah, Akil's sister, broke her silence in a July 17, 2025 Instagram video, introducing herself to the public and expressing the family's devastation.
Hi everybody, my name is Alea Cersei. I am the sister of Akil Cersei and the daughter of Sharita Carthon. I just want to make a video just introducing myself. just want to say hi and see how everybody is doing. I will say the last couple days and the last couple weeks have been very intense for our family, but things are starting to level out for us. One thing I wanted to do to push the cause and get awareness of my brother's situation and his condition is to share my artwork with you guys. So I am planning to share my 5 top favorite pieces of artwork and have you guys look at some prints. If you're interested in buying some, that's awesome. We're going to have a website and you can go there and see which one you like the best and you can purchase it to help promote the cause of my brother's condition, and that we are mostly fundraising so that we have the funds to make sure that my brother has everything that he needs and that me and my mom has everything that we need as well. So I hope you guys can support, and if you have anything else that you would like for me to make, any recommendations of artwork, whether it's like food art or portraits, that would be awesome. But I really do appreciate everybody reaching out, all the prayers, all the messages that have been sent to my mom and even me as well in my own personal messages. Thank you so much. And we are doing the best we can one day at a time. Bye.
Her message was clear. This was about a young man whose life had been stolen from him over something absurdly trivial, and a family demanding that someone be held accountable for that loss. Throughout his recovery, Akil himself has spoken out, sharing updates through videos that his family posts on social media platforms.
I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Akil strong.
In these clips, you can see the physical toll the injury is taken, the inability to move, the medical equipment, the vulnerability of complete dependence on others. As of November 2025, 5 months after the shooting, public court searches in Dougherty County reveal no trial dates, no case dispositions, no updates on the legal proceedings. The case appears to be pending, stuck in a legal system that moves slowly, even as Akil's medical needs remain urgent and ongoing. There has been one significant positive development in Akil's journey. The Shepherd Center, a renowned rehabilitation facility specializing in spinal cord and brain injuries, has reached out to offer Akil a place in their program.
Wow, look at God. Akil, I am so proud of you that you did not let anything or anyone stop you from living your life and your truth. My heart goes out to you and as well as your family throughout this hardship of the tragedy of the events that you went through. But I have good news to tell you. My name is Joseph Ralph. I work at Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia. And we can provide you for every ability that you need, for housing, medicine, everything that you need. And also could meet people who went through the same way you went through and all and everything to it. So if you ever get a chance, contact the shepherdcenter.org. And believe me, once you come in, it will change your life forever. Hopefully we'll see you soon. You have a good day.
This represents a major step forward in terms of accessing specialized care that could maximize whatever recovery potential exists within the limitations of his injury. But even this silver lining comes with continued financial concerns, as long-term rehabilitation at specialized facilities involves substantial costs beyond what typical insurance covers. The question that haunts this case is painfully simple. How does a disagreement about leftovers end with a bullet in a young man's throat? And why 5 months later does the person who pulled the trigger get to go home while his victim fights every day just to breathe on his own? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.